guys, on to 𝓵𝓵-𝓐𝓭𝓮 to 𝓬𝓼𝑉 featuring our Chandelure from 𝓤𝓚 and the new Xerosic combo, stacking its Alluring Light ability to force both players to draw a card once during your turn for each copy you have in play. It also has the Mind Ruler attack, hitting 30x damage for each card in your opponent's hand for only 1 fire. With our Glimmora from PAL to evolve with the Shattering Crystal ability, flipping a coin when this Pokemon is knocked out, denying your opponent the prize draw if you flip a heads. With 4 basic fighting and 4 luminous with 1 Earthen Vessel for it to do poison petals as well, putting 6 damage counters for the poison effect during Pokemon checkup for only 1 fighting. For the draw and search support, we've got 1 Fezandipiti EX, 1 Judge, 1 Arezu, and 1 𝓕𝓫𝓵𝓵. We're also playing 1 Master Ball for the free Poke Search, 2 Town Store with 3 TMs, and 3 Lampent for the Turbo Evolution to help us stack our core ability as fast as possible. Lastly, we've got 1 Super Rod and 1 Night Stretcher to recycle or retrieve our Pokemon and or energy, 1 Boss's Orders for the Gust, 1 Eri, and 4 Xerosic Machinations for the Ultra Disruption. So that's all for the deck list. Now let's go for some gameplay and see how well this deck works. First game with 𝓕𝓼𝓉. Let's do this. Here comes the coin flip. And we might be going first here. We want to be going second, but I think they have let us go first for some reason. Let's put the Glimmora in the active. We still have to do the TM Evo, even if we go first. So it might be a late evolution. I think if you get a lot of your Lampents, if you got your Arezu or Aroma, Master Ball early, you obviously can't just skip the TM Evo, but then I feel like since we are playing 4 copies, we're kind of obliged to play the TM at least once, but you never know. Depending on the situation, if you have the time, obviously do it. If you don't, just focus on the Rare Candy, because we actually have 2. We have to do a stage-by-stage evolution though, so if you go first, somehow you gotta dig for your Lampents before doing the Chandelure. So the first evolution you should be focusing on is the Glimmora, because that actually helps you deny them the prize draw, while maybe giving you the first couple prizes. I'm not actually sure, honestly, because if you evolve the Lampent early, you can use the ability fast and start decking your opponent out with your Xerosic combo, you know, kind of run them out of their resources. And you know, their rods, stuff like that, their candies. We got 1 TM Devo as well, so if we can just remove a lot of cards from their deck, we might actually be able to win by doing a couple knockouts. A couple knockouts is necessary because we got the lock, the prize lock, and also the hand lock of sorts. We're forcing them to discard a lot of cards from their hand, so that could actually be pretty disruptive. It could honestly ruin their entire game if you just force them to keep having only 3 cards in their hand, right? We got 4 Xerosic, 1 Eri, and also the Force Draw is pretty fun. Force Draw with Xerosic actually adds the amount that you are discarding, which is a lot more satisfying than usual playing that card. The new Disruptive Supporter. But now we're just gonna attach the Luminous on the bench Glimmet, do the Xerosic, and TM Evo on the bench. We're choosing not to evolve by not playing the Aroma. If we get a heads, we could actually poison the Pidgey, but then that would give them extra damage to knock out our Fezandipiti later on. So I feel like we should not be doing early knockouts with Glimmora against Charizard. We should focus on the TM Devo at the right time, and you know, buy enough turns for us to lock them at some point. Buy enough turns for us to get our Chandelure in play first before doing extra disruptions. Okay. Here goes nothing. We're gonna actually evolve one of the bench Glimmora and a Lampent. We got 2 more copies. All in the deck. No, we didn't have any prize. I think we got maybe 1 Chandelure prize though, I'm not sure. But if they evolve the Charizard right now, which I'm pretty sure they can do pretty easily. If they evolve the Terra, we got our Glimmora to wall on the next turn, and also Fezandipiti to draw 3 cards for us to start evolving the first couple of Chandeliers, hopefully getting the first candy or something. We're only playing 2 candies now, so TM Evo is definitely the way to go. I'm not sure if we should have evolved the Glimmora, because if we got the Master Ball or the Arezu, right, we should definitely have evolved the second Lampent. So the thing is, we're not actually allowed to play that many copies of the stage 1, just because the Glimmora, just because we have 4 Chandeliers and 3 Lampent. So if we play too many Glimmoras, there would be too many evolutions, it would be congestion. You know, if you have too many evolutions in the same deck, you would get no basics on the first turn, right? You want to be setting up your bench with your 𝓤𝓼𝓵, with your Poffin, and that actually demands it demands a certain amount of basic Pokemons in your deck. Honestly, trust me, if you have 4 Poffin, 4 𝓤𝓼𝓵, and less basic Pokemons than evolutions in your deck, you will not get your Poffin or 𝓤𝓼𝓵. That's how this game works. Like, there's no cutting corners, there's no beating about the bush. You cannot, you know, there's no excusing about it. You can't get by without enough basics. Okay, let's play the Aroma for the Fezandipiti apparently, because we're not getting the heads. Pretty please give us the heads for the second flip though. Are we actually gonna get it? Should we maybe just play another Evo here? Because we got the means, we got the Town Store student play. They actually didn't knock out our active. They did Enhanced Hammer though. They saved the Enhanced Hammer from our previous Xerosic, and then played it with the Seal Stone to evolve the Pidgeot. Wait, they haven't. Yep, they have the Pidgeot, but they didn't evolve the Charizard. They could have evolved the Charizard though, I feel. Maybe they have the Pidgeot in their hand already. They Seal Stone for the Rare Candy. So now I think they did Poffin for 𝓤𝓏, and then they got a lot of cards in their hand. But what we need to focus now is, I don't think we should bench the Fezandipiti just yet. What we should focus now is evolve the Chandelure as early as possible, stack the ability, and start crushing their hand. Okay, here goes nothing. Our first Shandy, and believe it or not, they actually played a boss on the first one. Pretty depressing, but at least we got the wall. At some point, they're gonna have to deal with the Glimmora. They might just play enough bosses with Counter Catcher. I don't think Counter Catcher works once they did enough knockouts, because we're actually playing Fezandipiti as well. Let's hope they don't play enough bosses. If they do Prime Catcher though, we might be in trouble, because we still have the Rod to shuffle back our Chandelure, but obviously it's not that easy to re-evolve the 4th or 5th one to cycle back the evolution, the stage 2 evolution. But we got a Night Stretcher now. The Night Stretcher could actually help since we have a 4th Litwick. I think we got the 4th one prize for this game. So Heavy Ball is in mind. I feel like we should swap the Manaphy for Heavy Ball. There isn't really a big snipe option for standard right now except Greninja EX. Greninja with Frostlass is still pretty powerful, so maybe keep the Manaphy? I don't know, I'll just leave it to you guys. It doesn't really counter Frostlass though, since they can knock you out with the ability alone, and then start doing some extra snipe, extra prize draws with their Shuriken. What's it called again? Mirage Barrage, not Moonlight Shuriken. But it obviously gives you the early stall, right? If you play the Manaphy early before they evolve their Frostlass, you got a couple turns, well, just 2 turns until they get their Frostlass. Maybe 3 turns if you're lucky, before the Manaphy gets knocked out and they start sniping. Okay, here comes. Why are they not drawing their prize card though? Why are they, like, what's up with the delay? Come on, man. That's not very, that's not very healthy. Charizard? What's going on, Charizard? Okay, so I feel like we still gotta play the TM Evo here. I don't know what I'm thinking. Why did I put the Glimmet in the active? Oh, because we have the energy. They did the Enhanced Hammer on the bench one, and it doesn't have an energy. I feel like it would be easier for us to get the evolution than the energy. Is that the reason why we put the Glimmet in the active? We have only one more Glimmora though, but we got Master Ball. We got a lot of ways to search for it. Arezu as well. But then we got only the one vessel. We have 3 more luminous and 3 more basic fighting. I doubt we wouldn't get the energy though. You never know. 6 left. Not a lot of ways to search for it either. So let's play. We're kind of eyeing for Xerosic here, but I don't think we're going to get it this turn. Let's see what we get. We'll just have to make do with the TM Devo for the next turn. If they play a Stadium card and Iono, then we're screwed because we can't search for the TM Devo back. But let's hope somehow we get the second Town Store. Oh, we are actually playing a second copy though. Oh, okay. We don't have 4 TM Evo now. We got 3 TM Evo and 2 Town Store. I think that's way better, because if you play 4 TM Evo, you might just start your hand with 2 copies, which is completely unnecessary. If you start your hand with a Town Store and a TM Evo, that's fine, because the Stadium card can be pretty useful on its own. If they play like a Collapse Stadium or a Temple of Sinnoh, you can obviously play your Town Store late to remove it from play to help you play your special energies once more. You know, there are a lot of disruptive Stadium cards like Jamming Tower, League Headquarters. League Headquarters doesn't work because we're not playing basic Pokemons, but we're not attacking with the basic. But you get the point. Collapse Stadium, stuff like that. Or any Stadium cards that's helping your opponent, like Pokestop. We don't want to be, you know, Pokestop is actually helping us as well, because they would be dumping, they would be decking, milling themselves to death while we disrupt their hand. So that's actually to our favor if they keep playing the Pokestop, if they keep using it. If they play it and choose not to use it, then we can't do anything about that. If they're smart enough not to use the Pokestop, there's nothing we can do, right? So here comes Ultra Ball discarding Radiant Charizard for a Bibarel. And they dumped a Counter Catcher as well, which is actually it's actually really good for us, because them not having a second Charmander on the bench means we're probably going to draw a lot more prizes than them. They're probably going to be able to play at least 1 Counter Catcher. They might have Prime Catcher as well. Let's hope that's the only Counter Catcher they have in the deck, because I don't think it makes a lot of sense for Charizard because they have Cleffa, I think. Cleffa actually allows them to play the Counter Catcher and Defiance ban. But I don't think it's smart to play more than 1 copy though, right? They might not be able to play the second or third one. Like if they get ahead at some point in the game. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Normally they do like 2 boss, 1 Pal Pad, 1 Prime Catcher, but this is a bit weird that they're not doing Dusknoir as well. They got Bibarel with double Pidgeot for extra consistency. They got Cleffa and 2 Counter Catcher with the Enhanced Hammer. Still a pretty solid Charizard EX deck. For the meta, it's not bad. If they only just bench the second Charmander, then it would be a lot more of a fair match, but I don't care. As long as it's a serious fight, because they actually rotted back the... I think they rotted back the Radiant Charizard at some point in the game. I might be mistaken though. I feel like that's another Charizard matchup. I forgot. I got them mixed up. My bad. But I think this is the perfect time to be doing TM Devo to take out the Charmander in the active, and also to return that Pidgeot, forcing them to have to play another Rare Candy just to get their support running, and bench another Charmander, play the 4th Rare Candy for the second Charizard. If they don't have the 4th Rare Candy, if they got a prize, or if they have it at the bottom of their deck somewhere, they would have to play either Arven. If we get our Xerosic, we would probably get our Xerosic at some point, but they got the Pidgeot for the free search. Only 1 search though, so if they have only 3 cards in their hand and 1 search, a singular search, they may not be able to like get Ultra Ball or Candy or Arven. They might not have any of those cards in their hand, which is kind of impossible considering they got so much draw. So the funny thing about Xerosic is that you're actually allowing them to choose what 3 cards to remain in their hands. So if you give them so much draw power and then you let them choose, you're essentially giving them just the right cards in their hand, but only in 3s, right? Only in 3. So if they discard the wrong cards, early, if you play your first 2 Xerosic, if they discard their first candy, they discard an excess Ultra Ball or something, and an excess energy, they may not be able to retrieve back those cards. They may not be able to... You can play 𝓤𝓚𝓘𝓚 as well. The baby 𝓤𝓚𝓘𝓚 doesn't allow them to retrieve cards into their hand with the effects of abilities or trainer cards. But anyways, we chose not to play that because we want to be stacking our Glimmora's ability with our Night Stretcher and Rod, so for the prize lock effect. But anyways, if they discard the wrong ones, they may be in trouble in future, is what I'm trying to say. So the non-stop Xerosic is basically the MVP for this deck, along with our Chandelure's ability to force them to draw cards, extra cards to discard, right? Isn't that pretty fun? That's very fun. And in addition to that, we have the prize lock Glimmora to force them to flip coins for every knockout, or play a boss every fucking turn. So, pretty disruptive. If they don't play a boss and switch at the same time, they get punished by the poison or the coin flip. So here comes their first Rod. We haven't gotten our second Xerosic yet, but I think we did a boss, so they have to re-bench another Charmander. I feel like we should swap out the boss for Pokegear, because they could actually have the 70 HP Charmander. We may actually need the Radiant Sneasler. Maybe swap out Manaphy for the Radiant Sneasler instead of Heavy Ball. I don't know. You guys make the call. I don't want to do anything else to this list because I kind of like it as it is. You could actually add a switch as well, because we got the Luminous. We got Luminous for Chandelure to attack. If we hit Mind Ruler with the boss and switch, we can actually knock out the Charizard with 70 HP. The Charmander, my bad. But anyways, here comes the second Xerosic, forcing them to discard 10 plus cards from their hand, which is an insanely ridiculous amount for Charizard, right? Good luck discarding. You're gonna need those cards. They got Cleffa in the active. I wonder what they're gonna do on the next turn. Probably the candy. Oh, they got Patcharan as well for binding Mochi. It also gives them the free switch into their second Charizard on the bench, or back into the first one against Snorlax block or any other stall decks. If they trap any other Pokemon in the active with the boss, like Bibarel, they got Patcharan, right? So we're just looking through the deck with our Town Store because we got no more tool cards. But should we bench another Glimmet though? I don't know if that's the right move, honestly. We actually quite badly needed another Litwick, because they are actually going to pull pad 2 more bosses into the deck to target the bloody Chandeliers, both the Chandeliers on the bench. Pretty brutal. And also the Fezandipiti. Let's not forget about Pheasant. It's still in the game, but they bossed it too early. Got another prize with our Poison Petals for the Town Store. We needed the Litwick or Night Stretcher, but we got Town Store instead. Oh well. Prize draw is just super annoying. They should honestly bring back Rotom decks. That card was actually not bad. A lot better than Arcphone for sure. Arcphone isn't really good enough for standard play. If you're not playing like a prize build, you should not really be playing Arcphone in your deck. At most 1 copy. If you play more than 1 copy, you're ridiculous. You're just being ridiculous. No way. Not against the crazy tight meta right now, at least. So Charmeleon is ready to evolve on their next turn. They just played Collapse Stadium, giving us the Fezandipiti dump, kind of helping us deny them prize cards, because if they do a boss on the Pheasant, they get the extra prize, which is not great. But they're probably gonna have to target the Chandeliers now, because that's our only draw engine. We don't really need to draw cards, we actually need to be forcing them to draw more than actually helping ourselves draw. That's not necessary anymore because we got everything in field. We just need the Luminous for our Chandelure, I guess. That's the only 1 card we need. We got 2 more Luminous in the deck, 1 in our hand. If they play Ayano, I feel like we should be fine. They're definitely going to be focusing on the boss though, and Countercatcher, Prime. Have they played their ace spec yet? I don't think so. I'm not even sure what ace spec they have. They could have it priced though, because they normally would have played it by now, either the Prime or Hero Escape. They might actually be cheeky and do Unfair Stamp out of nowhere. Unfair Stamp is actually gonna destroy them though, because they might actually end up drawing too many cards. We got the Xerosic in our hand. If they play the Unfair Stamp and draw too many, then it would be over, because they got 5 more prizes. How are they gonna get enough prize cards to win the game without decking out? Synchro draw with Chandelure. We have the Xerosic in hand. Prepare for another Hand Crush. They're giving us Pidgey in the active. So that's 2 prize remaining on the next turn. Just need to deal with that one Charizard. Got no more boss. But we do have the Poison, 2 Glimmoras in play, with Shattering Crystal and Mind Ruler to finish off the Terra Charizard. If they get cheeky and play a Radiant, I don't know what to do. They do the Radiant, we got Mind Ruler still, but I doubt it would be easy to get the last prize. Fingers crossed we get at least 1 heads with our Glimmora. So they got 6 cards left in their deck. 3 more in hand. Poison Petals. 4th prize draw. We're gonna get 3rd, 4th, or 5th. We chose 5th for a Night Stretcher. Not exactly what we need, but we'll have to make do. Here it comes, Burning Darkness. Infernal Rain. Do they have more energies to attach from the deck though? They got literally 5 cards in their deck. Now they got 4. It's not looking too great now, Charizard. No need for the 3rd one. Just need 1 last KO though. Can you actually get enough energies on the 3rd one? I doubt so. Fill the Shandy, we got Glimmora. And then you gotta do knockouts. You gotta flip the coin at some point. Can't avoid Glimmora forever, even with 1,000,000 bosses. Because we got 3 copies now. They don't have Binding Mochi? That's pretty weird. How could they play Pecharon without Mochi? Are they just swapping it for the Switch option? So let's rescue the Litwick. Do a Candy on the next turn. Force draw, and I don't think we should play Xerosic yet. Should we actually just go ahead and play it? Where's my Eri? Where's my Eri when I need it? If they don't have that much, if they have only 5 or less cards in their hand, you should be playing Eri to discard their items. Because once they run out of their key items, they can't do shit. Rod especially, Candy Rod. Those are the money bags. Let's do Alluring Light. It's basically Alcremie's ability from Vivid Voltage. Baby Alcremie has the ability that actually only works once though, when you evolve it from your hand, I'm pretty sure. But we got Scoop Net. Do you guys remember? Scoop Net for Sword and Shield used to be so bloody annoying. With shady dealings. I cannot stand that. It might actually be worse than Charizard, you know? It might actually be more annoying than using Infernal Rain for free energies. Okay, so they killed our 3rd Shandy, forcing us to evolve the last one. Since they played a boss and not Unfair Stamp or Ayano, we get to keep our hand, which means Candy is accessible. Luminous is accessible as well. I don't know what's happening. I think we're reading the situation. We got the knockout here because we just need 150. They're actually being poisoned twice though. With 2 Pokemon checkup, that's 18 damage counters. Sorry, 3 Pokemon checkup, 18 damage counters from Poison Petals gives us the KO by doing only 150 damage with our Mind Ruler. So Mind Ruler for 1 fire, using its ability, we got 5 times 3, 5 times 30. It's just nice to take out the Tera Charizard in the active, which is the last 2 prize. We're still reading the situation. We're thinking, should we actually play the Xerosic to deck them out? Should we just do the knockout here? And then we realized we got 2 prize remaining. So there you have it. We won Charizard EX Pidgeot Charizard with our control / price lock combo. Hand disruption with coin flips. Just messing around with their hands as well, using Xerosic's Machinations and Chandelure. Oh yeah! Another game with 𝓕𝓼𝓼𝓐.